Okay, mayong hapon kaninyong tanan, mayong adlaw, good afternoon, buenas tardes, ustedes, señora, señoritos, señor. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuhu. Ani anasab, ang inyong alagad, Shirley Doller sa Shirley ATBP sa program nako kada Miyerkules o Sabado. Pero naay adlaw sa Sabado nga dili ko maka-live tungod sa kakulian nga dili kalikayan. So bago ko mo padayon sa ako ang programa, aduna ko'y birthday greetings, no? Kang Kagawad Romeo Romano. Yang birthday karon, happy birthday, Wad. Wishing you the best that life has to offer. God be with you always. Then, I pray that what you dream about as running to the council will come true and you will become one of the counselors within the community, like that Barangay Talomo proper. Also, today, I'd like to say hello to Sister Agatha, who is watching our live, Sister Testa Deo, Sister Rita Loquias, Gerald, Bishop, Nanay, Sister Faustina, Sister Ana Abantes, Reverend Damaso, Reverend Jonars, Reverend George. So, wherever you may be now, I fondly remember you. Then, I always appreciate your loving kindness towards our family. So, you treated us as family. Today, to go back with the history, September 21, 1972, the late President Ferdinand Edalyn Marcos Sr. had declared the martial law. Today, it's 50 years. September 21, 2022. So, when you subtract it from 2022 and 72, it will total to 50 years. So, it was long ago and it was lifted up. So, when it was declared, I was still in my elementary days. And what I've heard as a young child, martial law is the government is being controlled by the military. So military is over the civilian. So anything that has to do with crimes or the physiological environment, it will be monitored by the military. So anything goes wrong, someone will whisper something, or everything is in surveillance. It's totally controlled by the military. That is why it's called martial law. So it goes with the law, with the military. So strict. Then it's really hard to go out. It has to do with the checkpoints. So what made the checkpoints now? It was related to the thing in the past. So it became a custom. So they proved that it's very effective to surveillance or to detect bad elements. But the rest is history, and things change now. So it was way back to the 70s. So it gets 5 decades. after the martial law. And it's still, the everything remains remembered, and it's been lifted up in 1981. So, Presidential Decree 1081 to declaring martial law in the Philippines. But it has a beginning, it has an end. So, it was long ago. So, to date also, after the martial law had been lifted up, so to account, it's from 1981, so we'll go 91, the year 91, 2001, 2011. So it's 40 years that we are free from this thing, but it was necessary before, according to the olds. I was not really in tune before because I was too young, and the child's mind cannot understand so much of what the thing is all about. All you see are militaries around, roaming around, then watching over the place, then some inspection, some checkpoints, some checking, going to the house. But it was respectful of them to get into the house. Less otherwise, it would be to result getting someone involved in a crime. But as I said, the rest is history, and it was long ago. It's only commemorated, but not being practiced as of now. No, we are in the millennium, and things has changed a lot. So it's not the focus of the nation anymore. It's the things at gone, things at the hurts, the victims, as they said, not anymore, because the country had been developed. The three continents of the Philippine continent, the Luzon, the Visayas, and Mindanao. And the corporals, I hope they had moved on. Then, whenever we say things against, it will not work anymore, because the thing had to pass and everything will come to pass. And it says the rest is history. So we go now to the election. So is there an election? And I think that was, as I've heard and read over the media post and in the newspapers, so eventually it cannot push through as of the present. It will be scheduled. So it goes with the topic barangay and SK election to be continue or not. So since that there is already postponement, it's just postponed, but eventually there is. But as of the present, it is not, because due to the funding that will be used, the government cannot bear at the moment, because there's so many projects at stake, like the bypass roads, the coastal roads, and the roads that has to be improved so more vehicles can pass through, of the traffic had become congested. So the government has to do something about the traffic flow. So the road has to be expand, and some alternative area where to build or to construct such concreted roads should be done, so the traffic congestion will be minimized all over the place, like Davao City. The Davao City is booming now, and too many rich people are owning cars, the business people, and some other people in the middle is acquiring some cars, like second hands or how many hands, or having motorcycle just so they can easily or being fast, or they're hurried, or they can go as fast as they can going to the area where they will have their thing. The House of Representatives approved on the third and final reading on Tuesday, September 20, a measure seeking the postponement of the barangay and SK election. So, too many are expecting the election to happen, but the House of Congress had approved that, and it was overwhelming with the discussion, and ending up it will be likely on the 2023, because as I said, too many fundings has to be incurred for the development of the entire Philippines. Then arising the problem of rice and the traffics and the pandemics, every now and then things has coming in, and the livelihood had been deteriorated. Some other had really closed, had gone bankrupt due to the pandemic. So, giving the so-called ayuda for the victims, like a victim of the typhoons and the pandemics, the distress worker. So, it cannot be prioritized, because in any time, whenever the time has come, the scheduled date will be, thing will be pushed. But not now at present, because too many things are to getting in line to be resolved by the national government as well as of the city, like Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, and the respective cities, and also with the remote areas. They need attention, they need care, they need improvement, they need to be developed so they can well transport their product. So election, as I observed since I had joined when I was still 15, starting the SK as one of the monitoring, the watcher, everything, the coordinator. It incurs a large amount of money. So one election will send millions and millions of pesos. So you can join in the election. Then lucky for those who have no cash on hand, that when they jump in with the as candidate and bag the post, then they're so lucky. Some other people, they spend so much money just so they can hoping to bag, but sometimes the course is not yours. So some other, they run as many as times as they can to be in, but still unfortunate not to be within. But it's like gambling, that you will gamble, joining like with the poker, thinking you can win, but it's just a two thing: either you win or you lose. Some other people, when they run and they lose, they become a hard loser, blaming people around that is not supposedly to happen. Like, the key for the ones that will run is a good image, good socialization, good circulation, and good attitude by nature, not just in hypocrisy that you will just do good just because you are running. So whenever you are have the intention to run, kindly invest something good for your constituent, not just that you'll something like you are frantic, you are in rush, you do this and you do that, the something like, or somewhat like you will some explode, no, with what you are doing. Other people, they get sick when they lost. They then they start to blame. So don't put blame on the others, because they are not the one running. Your critics is your key to win, because they're the ones correcting your bad habit, your attitude, your socialization, your way how to communicate and accommodate when you are in position, or even if not yet, no? You be natural. Don't say, some other they say, dapat dili plastika, no? Being transparent, dwell in reality, and don't think that when you're already on the seat, you stay permanently. So it will not be the attitude of the ones that will be involved in the politics. So in order for you to get in tune with people that you hope will vote for you, then you must, whenever you can smile, you smile. Then not that you will talk at their back. It's an act of betrayal, no? So if you want to be loved, love first yourself. So before you can love others, you love yourself, no? You look at the mirror early in the morning and check out what appears. Had you gone sleeping to the exact hours of sleep? So when you wake up, you are not hot-headed and temperamental. Then when someone will call you and ask assistance, kindly accommodate it, even if you are not an government employee or a barangay official or whatever official you are in, or whatever government office or private office, because you cannot predict that there can be a chance or an offer for you to run. So if you had, it says that when you sow good, you reap good. But when you sow storm, then it will likely to get also let's just call this fatalities of your self. Then attitude, anak pa sila, wala ka na, no? Dapat dili magplastik-plastikan. Kailangang totoong tao ka, makikiharap sa tao. Mayaman o mahirap ang kaharapin mo, dapat malumanay ang pakikitungo mo. Hindi yung kunwari tutulong ka pero may sinasabi kang kakaiba sa hindi alam nung tinutulungan mo, no? Sabi nga dun sa Bible, kung tumulong yung kanang kamay mo, dapat hindi makaalam yung kaliwang kamay, no? So ibig sabihin, don't help for publicity and people will like you. Kay murag na baka ng paayo-ayo, murag makuha po niya ang ang bad or negative aura sa imuha. Kay magpakunwari lang man po siya, magpaayo-ayo nimo kay gitabangan nimo siya, no? So mas nindot ng pagtabang nga kinasing-kasing ug walay kapin kabubuton, no? Kanang dili ginaihap, dili ginakwenta kung pila ang gitabang ug unsay gitabang nganong tabangan. ang tabang bago pa ngayon ihatag na. Ayaw na siya hulata nga manguan sa imo, mangayo sa imo kay kung ingon anak magud ang mahitabo, mura magud nagmamakaawa, nagpakay maluoy, kanang murag kung kulang pa lang sa kanang murag para kanang ginabuhat anang beggars, nagmamalimos o murag ingon ana. So dapat dili maging stone-hearted ang tao nga musulod aning kuana no kanang sa politics. So maski ignaani sa kuan kay nagsugod manggod ang gikan sa community. So 8 barangays is 8 communities is composed o barangay na no. So kinahanglan kanang ang gisugdan no, sugod man kita sa lowest level sa purok, then to the barangay, and then to the city, and then to the national no. So dapat nindot ang projection na to, natay mga good implementation, dili hangtod lang sa sulti no. Unsa gani imong gisulti, buhata gyud na. Kung unsa gyud ang imong gibuhat, magbase po na sa imong gisulti no. So bago na nimo hunaon man sige na in thoughts no. So angay ba ni na akong buhaton, unsa may akong buhaton no. So you must be observant no. Wala magdili magpatay malisya, kanang dili na good ng color. So magkahiusa para mas moasenso ang kuano kay kung butang ito tribo-tribo nya kanya-kanya ba ambot nako ipasabot no. So kung puro kanya-kanya o ako lang ni, imo lang na, iya lang na, ila lang to nya sa may mahitabuan na nga lain-lain man mo kuano kanang objective. So di ba? Sa kuan gani sa Muslim, there is something that I like with their quotation, no? Yung together we stand, divided we fall. So mas nindot unta na together we stand, so no, we unite, no, for the progress and development of our country, not to engage it with disputes or anything small like make it bigger, or more controversies will eat up the good image of either the community or the city or the national. So dili gina siya kalikayan na ang tao kung naakay mabuhat nga dili maayo, mukuan yun nakay mga critics. So mas kinaganig maayo imong buhat, pangitaan gyapon ka o kanang unsa na kanang mali no, para mahiwi ka, ma-distract ka ba no. So mas nindot nang naay critics kay naama po'y cooperating. So sa good na ay cooperating, sa bad na ay critics. Normal, mas nindot nang makareceive kag suggestion, opinion, mga thoughts, mga quotes, no? Ingon nga, ngano. So, ayaw sag tuo dayon, not unless, no? You confirm it with yourself and hear it with your very ears and you had seen it with your very eye. Don't just believe with the hearsays, no? Yung ingon nila, Mari, chismisa ta, no? O nya, oy, Mari, ana, or sir, ana. So, Marisol, sol, no? So, nagaingon nga sa panultion nga ang taong magtuo sa maniniwala sa sabi-sabi, walang bait sa sarili. So, you confirm it first before you react. Okay. We had been educated, no? And we were sent by our parents to school so we can get educated and mannered. And there is a subject there with the religion teacher conducted by the nun, GMRC, good manners and right conduct. So manners are different is entirely different from conduct. Your manners is based on the thing that you do, the way how you execute it. But the conduct is how you behave or do some show in the public. So it correlates with what the Bible has told us, no? As we read, as we grow old, as we grow up and we grow old, and dealing with the evangelists, the priests, the bishops, the reverends or the pastors. So let's hear from them, then not just to pass to other ears, that it will truly help us to develop a good attitude to go onward on whatever things we want to harbor, like joining this politic attitude is very important. Then the accommodation, how you entertain the people who will approach you. Don't make some promises that you think you cannot fulfill. Otherwise, you will be tagged as liars. It says that liars goes to hell. So it's true, because God is wanting honesty and transparency. So it says in the prayer, as earth as it is in heaven, with the Our Father in Heaven prayer. So whatever is practiced here in the ground or upon the face of this earth is being acknowledged and being seen by our ultimate creator, I mean, as we are the creation or the creature of this earth. So he sees everything we do, and each of us has its own book where the angels will be the assigned angels to write the good deeds that we had done, and also the negatives that we had done. Someone has to write also. So for each of us has our own book where it would be evident when judgment comes. So on the face of this earth, we are judged accordingly, but the human judgment is imperfect. No, it can't really be perfect. Sometimes we choose or have chosen the wrong person, and we have the big regret. But ultimately, there's no one to be blamed except us. So don't be deal with the glitters of money, because money is root of all enviousness, jealousy, negativity. There is always when you talk about money, a little money will cause so much trouble with anybody, no? Myself, I was engaged before since I was 15 up to the present, but I prefer having no position at all, because actually being a politic or engaging on this election people will seek who you really are. Then your private life can be invaded. You will have no more privacy. Wherever you will go, someone will look for you. Then someone will notice you and write something for you and give comments, suggestion, either positive or negative, or ads or criticism. Then they become judgmental. They will see your wrong deed, not the good deeds. Sometimes some people will become judgmental to even the person who had helped them. So they feel them once, then you are already bad. So you had helped them most of your life, but once you cannot give them the thing they request. They will say, I will not like that person anymore. I will not vote that person anymore because he had not given me, he's not given me that and this. So remember, when you ask something, think about the capacity of the person to grant your requests. Because anyway, from the captain down to the lower position in the barangay, is their salary depends also with the era for the barangay that came from the taxes of the taxpayers, like paying the estate, business taxes, and individual taxes, and etc. So don't think that when the person is in position or in the post, he is very rich or they are very rich to grant all your million worth requests, because you'll know how much will they earn. I think it will depend on the era. If taxpayer will give their massive pay, then we're likely to get a big era and get a big salary increase. So it's not, the increase is to be deliberate and not yet to be approved. So it remains to be seen, and it will depend on how much the barangay can get out of the taxes. So then, with the vote of 264 affirmative, 6 no, then 3 abstentions, the House of Representatives approved on third and final reading of the House Bill 4673, or the postponement of 2022 barangay and SK election to 2023. But let's not get mad at this, because there is a scheduled year that it cannot be postponed anymore. So it's stipulated 2023 based on the House Bill. So dapat malipay na ang tao imbis masuko atay mahimo, no, because it had been approved not to be postponed due to the things I reiterated earlier. So it's really hard because we even owe to other countries or to the World Bank. So far as I read, it's already trillion. And if ever they will have to ask the Philippines to pay it, then it might be the cost for the whole Philippines to give us payment. And they own us, but it's not the agreement, but it's debts are debts. So ang utang dito sa World Bank, no, but wala man pod gimalverse because it had been used for the development of the country, to upgrade the traffic system, to help the needy and the victims of the catastrophes, the pandemics, and some other things that the government has to incur that debts. No? What makes it big is the interest coming from it. But there's nothing we can do, because if we do not owe from them, then there can be no development or changes and upgrading even on the technologies, the way how they communicate. During the pandemic, it has to be done at the Zoom. Then people are not allowed to see each other. Then so face to face is not allowed. There are protocols to follow. So not to get infected with a virus, then it has to be that way due to the technology. That government also has to incur cash, big cash, So it will realize and help out the ones performing the government office to report or by Zoom to the either the president or to the cabinet secretary or to the mayor. So even we have this technology, they're even attacked or being infected by the virus, but it came to pass that they had been relieved and it's okay now. So to continue or not, then let's continue because the date is already affirmative, 2023. But I, what I learned is it happens on the first week of December, I think. So that remains to be seen if it will, but it's good to continue. So things, if we need changes, so let's say it says be the change. So they want to change, and the word is postponement. So let's continue to what had been started good, because we also need a leader from within the community and to the barangay, because it's hard that no one will lead to, with us and to the youth, no, with the SK, no, Sangguniang Kabataan. So I hope they will well function, no, like the barangay will function. No? They will have projects for the youth, not only to sit just so. I see a little of the project. So what they may have will go like scholarship to the poorest of the poor, and provide school supplies, and then the also beautification, and they will observe cleanliness, help out the community to clean up, not just so having position is not just to sit but to function as you are. If you are the SK chairman, then I think you have the ability to lead your group to go to the community and ask Purok leaders to what they can, to what you can do for the community, to do for the community, and then what you can do to help them. So maybe you can go to the households, no? How many households? So in a year there are 365 days. I think you can roam around and know the community where you are in, not just to get stagnated within the office. So because office is always there, and it's really good that you will also explore, no, how the mature people works. Like you go to the who is the most elderly, the age, no, the oldest, the youngest. You meet the stakeholders within the community, like the seniors, the youth, the women's. So what can you do to help them? Is there anybody there who needs help? So not in terms of money, but anything you can do for a help, like cleanups, like talking to the olds, so to alleviate them, or visit the sick person. Then anything you can do to extend the request going to the barangay. So you're just nearer, the neck on the place. The other area is for the SK, and the barangay is for the mature people. You can approach any of the officer, or maybe what is the protocol to do it. Then you do it, no? To improve, to help improve the community, because it starts within the community, and it will be good that you are part of the improvement and development, and you made the people happy, no? So the seniors will be happy if you are going to communicate with them. Then you do some activity with, so mostly cleanups, or you will invite them to something they alleviate themselves. Then they're happier. And then for the women's, what you can do. And for the youths, how will you encourage the youth and the men? So maybe, as I said earlier, you go house to house. Then you will find out what life is within your community. Not only your life within your community where you've been. Because you're part of the youth, and the youth is living with the olds or the seniors. So, I can say na mag-imbestiga. Then know. Know what, when, where, how. So the how is the most important. So you ask the name. You have the subject is who. Then what you can do. And when will you do it? Then how will you do it? So sticking your butts on the seat cannot really help. It's good to have a position, but you need to stand for it. You need to engage who you are, and not to rely on what the older people can do. Of course, they will do. Let them know. Then also for the older ones, so I think you have your committees. Then when this election comes next year, which date would it fall on the 2023, I hope that when you are given such a committee, you can well function, and if it's possible for you to go visit after your winning stint, then we will truly appreciate it. Because para dili ta maingnan nga nagkaynaha mo katong nanginahanglan pa sa kuan sige adto-adto, unya pagkahuman nagdaog wa nay adto, makita lang pagbalik kung napoy eleksyon didto. So dapat I hope that para sa ako nga usapod ka voter, kinahanglan nako nga makita nako nga nagalihok ang tao nga akong gihatagan nako sa akong boto, nga dili ko ma-fail ko sa akong expectation, cause sa ako magong pagkas sa akong vote nako expectation ana nga tao. Kung dili na niya ma-meet, secretly it will also be my pen that will fail next time, no? If it so happened that he is going to go for COC again, then I will not tell there is a voting secrecy or ballot secrecy. Then before I cast my vote, I pray to God that to whom I will vote will be the worthy person to hold the position. Then remove those who had been not effective with their function. So people have too much expectation with all the people whom they think can improve and help and approach and cater of the requests. So I hope that when election comes, it will be a friendly and happy election. No disputes, no more colors, just sport, no? Be neutral of what you will hear. So people is getting the aura of your reaction every time you will react whenever there are issues. So just be calm. So anyway, there are judges, no? The people who will vote for you. Then if you are to bag the post, then we will know that people will like you. Then if you lose, then accept it gladly, because it's not only the time that you will run. There is some other time, no? 3 years is not far, and there are times that if you are already away from and you are one of the loser, you can still be a part of the group, even without position. You can still help. Then people will appreciate that. Then it might lead for you to get back again to your shoes, being the leaders, no? Because the captain will just lead. The same have functions, but the leader anyway has the signatures of it. So that is why we need a leader, because someone to represent us to some government events. So endorsement, I think, is not a guarantee for one to win. Only the fate God will decide for each of you that is aiming to run, so you can be at the right position to where you wanted much. Some other, they wanted so high that they cannot. So too much expectation will disappoint you, will hurt you. So dili lang po tayo ta mag-expect para dili ta masakitan, no? So dili po sa dadayon ta mo react para dili ta masuko, maka-develop nagsakit ng mga stress, no? So the number one killer is stress. So being in the politics is a stressful way of life. There are controversies, intrigues, issues that sometimes you cannot bear, but you have to get patient and be tolerant of it. So for me, within in the community base, being stakeholder is just a position, so that we are not compensative of, but only to alleviate people that needs the care and the help within the area, that they do not know what to do and what are the requirements, what are the protocols, to whom is that for. So just when you're in here in the politics, relax, composure is needed, and just in Davao City, Mayor Sebastian Duterte signed an EO 43 series of 2022, where voluntary wearing of face masks in the outdoor setting are allowed effective today. voluntary outdoor. Yes. So we still have to wear mask, no, for our protection. So we do not know of the airborne. So the air others had read that had been transferred by the air. And then the people behind you or in front of you or on your sides, are they carrying the bacteria, viruses? Now when they sneeze, you do not know what is within their body. So when they sneeze and your metabolism is weak or your immune system is weak, then you will likely to experience and get contaminated with it. So for our prevention, let us take heed of this Sign EO 43 series of 2022 for our own safety. It's not making us to breathe hardly, but to protect us from getting more of the ailment. And be safe with our internal, because we really can't tell life. Life is very unpredictable. You took the person in the morning, then you just know they'll gone out in the afternoon or in the evening. So it's so precious that this face mask is a replica of that. The mayor doesn't want anybody to experience things because it's hard to get sick and get contaminated of the dreadful disease that kills, I think, hundreds or millions of people around the world due to it. Then there are things coming that had urged him to do it with the EO, so people will be alarmed and aware what to do within the public area. So some other, they just spit. Then the spit has, when it's blown by air, it will also go to you, no? Especially the nose. And you inhale, exhale. So it carries the thing from underneath or above there. So you just can't tell what. It's really hard to get sick nowadays because the medicines are very dear. Being in the hospital is far more expensive. Then your some other needs can be left out due to it. And I hope that whatever our city government is admonishing us, we just have to follow it before we complain. As what the military says, obey first before you complain. So you will see the effect of obedience or taking heed and what it will do to your personality and to your body and to yourself. So health is wealth. It's one thing. And don't get stressed out of the issues. Don't react when you do not confirm the truth yet. Then sometimes we need to be tolerant. So just so things can get better within the area or your environment. So relax lang. So kay walay mawala sa pagka-relax, mo bata pa ka, mawala imong wrinkles. It will help to refine your lines caused by stress. Then sleep. You need enough sleep, like 8 to, if you can sleep at least 8 hours, not to develop eye bags. But other eye bags is caused by cholesterol, too much high number of cholesterol found in the body. So that is why you see the thing on the eyelid that's getting green, like it's being boxed, but not. So the blood cannot circulate well. That is why it's getting green, like a hematoma, but not. So let's observe a proper diet to keep ourselves healthy. Let's eat good food, balanced diet. So you see to it that you eat the 3 meals a day, the breakfast, the lunch, and dinner. Then don't forget the banana to keep your nerve stronger. No? It has zinc and it has potassium that keep it stronger and build. And learn to alleviate your things by doing something that can alleviate you, like your hobbies. If you want to plant, then plant. You want to cook, you cook. Then things you'll get over the things. No, please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, Shirley Doller, or search Shirley at iba pa. Follow us on TikTok, Shirley at iba pa. Like and follow us on Facebook, Shirley at iba pa. Shirley FYI. So FYI stands for your information. And if you had not been able to watch this, you may go to the YouTube channel and kindly subscribe. Don't forget it. So I'm thankful to the one who had subscribed to my YouTube channel. I hope you are enjoying my show. So at iba pa is something like to translate it in etc. So anything, smorgasbord, discussion. So it's a friendly discussion, a healthy discussion, and a healthy person that is facing you in front of the camera to mediate you or be an emissary of anything that's good for the wellness of us. So happy birthday once again to Romeo Romano, then the martial law, the 50th year. And tomorrow is our mother's birthday. No? She turned 90 tomorrow. But my happy birthday in heaven, Mama. Then to Ate Cynthia, I don't know if I can greet you on on Saturday because it will depend on our live stream operator. So Auntie Cynthia Magban Madulier, happy birthday to you. And di ko lang alam kung ilang taon ka na. But also sana mag-subscribe ka rin sa sa Shirley at iba pa, no? You'll mai-enjoy ka rin sa mga topic ko. I hope, no? So I missed you. Happy birthday. I wish you happiness, success, long life, and prosperity. Because I know you are diligent and industrious with whatever you have, and I hope these things makes you happy. Then I hope that whatever is good for your health, sana I hope you had yourself check up, no, to your doctor. And regards to So, shout out kay Nanay Carmen Magbanwa. Then, to Risa. So, Ate Mel. Kumusta ka na dyan, no? And Icy Mers Salminang. Then, Judith Lumapay. To Rachel Benya. Hello there. And Ace. Okay. Then, to NGP. Hello to you. Thank you. And, so, to Nang Bining, get well soon. And, that will be all for today. Then, also before I forget, to my viewer, always a viewer, Balbin Alfredo, thank you for watching or browsing if you cannot watch. And hello to your family. So that will be all for today. And one more I remember. Ate Annabel, then Elicara Castañares, and M. Pasi. Thank you. So that will be all for today. God bless us all. Bye.